I hear the sound of trees being chopped. Shokades says, hype train. Well, there is a train of some sorts anyway. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. I'm on like no sleep, so we're just gonna do an early morning stream because I'm gonna go take a nap in a little while. All right, we left off last night outside of these pirate ruins, which I think are right here. So we'll do these before we go over there and do that. For this one, we need to defeat the pirate captain, Miklos Dottie. Which means we gotta find our way in. He must be up in here. Boom shakalaka.
I know we haven't always seen eye to eye in the past, but I would invite you to join me in an endeavor that will be mutually advantageous.
Okay.
As I know you're aware, the town of Corinth has been paying tribute to the sorceress Medea for generations. An arrangement that I believe has run its course. I know you and your crew have sought to acquire the tribute in seasons past, but the Iron Rose has successfully deterred your efforts. This season, I would invite you to make the attempt once again, with the assurance that the Iron Rose will not be on hand. In fact, you may find Guard Captain DuPont is very quick to surrender when you confront him on the road. In exchange for your participation and your discretion, I will share the locations of the legendary verdant gemstones that we might share in their bounty. Yours in good faith and in confidence, Francis Turner, Speaker of the Winds.
Speaker, we got you caught. We got you busted. Starting to feel pretty good about my bow. Need to get my spear up there. I may have to go ahead and
The withering comes from the very earth here. The druid's charge was to keep it at bay, but we failed.
There you are! Tell me you got that emerald gemstone and bought us our escape from this accursed place.
Excuse me, but I think you have this all wrong. This is not some common jewel you're talking about. It's the key to fixing this mess. The tower there, the gemstone must be returned. It's the only way to heal the land.
Hold on there, Plant Princess. We found the
Plant
gemstone
Princess?
and it's ours to sell. We need that coin to buy a ship.
This land and the
That's
people
funny.
who live here need that gemstone back where it belongs.
Plan Princess.
There's gotta be at least some kind of reward, right? Right? Ah, so close! I was already feeling the sea spray on my face.
Well, we can take care. There are so many ways to go dirty with her dialogue. It's a lot of fun. Good morning, Babylonia.
I'm sorry to dash your friend's dreams of wealth, but she should know it's quite impossible to leave the island. The storm wall is a force of nature. More importantly, however, that verdant gemstone must be returned to the ruins if we're to have any hope of cleaning up this horrid mess.
Copy that.
I'm glad to hear that, especially because I'm about to ask you for yet another favor. You see, the ruins are protected by some rather overprotective guardians, far beyond what I can handle. You, however, seem to have great prowess. Oh no, I promise you,
Manipulation.
I'm not just saying this so you'll help. I think you'll agree the situation is a bit desperate here, and you are capable. The verdant gemstone must be restored to the ancient shrine, or Windsward will continue to suffer. I can ask around town for volunteers, I suppose.
No, I'll get you covered.
Thank you. Replacing the gemstone may require some manipulation of the ancient mechanisms in the shrine, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. I must go and speak with Sage Moira in Corinth. There are 2 more shrines like this one, and if those gemstones are missing, well, we're just getting started.
Well, I bet they are missing.
Perfect.
I'll meet you in Corinth then.
I suppose you'll want to speak to your friend here, but don't take too long. Replace the gemstone and then come to Corinth. See you there.
Level 16. Oh, I think I can go back and buy a house now. I'm not going to. This stuff disappears, but hey, it's cool to know that I could. Musket, blunderbuss, void gauntlet. No. No. All sorts of goodies. Those are not better than what I got. This is a recipe. Let's learn it. Supreme omelet. I like omelets. The story is completely different now, Deezer. It has a completely new MSQ all the way through. You can level 1 to 65 entirely on the MSQ. You don't have to do dungeons anymore. You don't have to do raids. They've got solo trials and stuff. It's all new storyline.
Well, when you put it that way, no, it's just... Well, I guess this means we've got to find our fortune somewhere else. I'm not giving up. I suppose I'll make my way back to Corinth and see if I can store up something. What about you? You're putting that gemstone back, aren't you?
I am. I'll see you back
And
there.
I'm sure I'll bump into you there. I'll probably be in the tavern. God knows I deserve a drink after all this. Come by and have one with me, why don't you?
Happy to do so. Alright, however, we have some... Oh, are we going to the same place for both of these quests? I think we might be. Cool. Alright, we have 2 quests up in here, it looks like. What was that little thing I just saw scurrying around? Oh, he's retreating. Alright, let's spend my point. In the previous row, I do have, though. Hang on. Alright. We'll worry about that here in a minute. Let's see here. Blood-soaked arrow. Nope, we're gonna go this one. That music reminds me a lot of The Witcher. Per target hit. So we could use that on full health targets. Alright. Ancient orb number 1. Ancient orb number 2. Uh-oh, we got an ad, I think. Ah! The platforming's pretty good here. Oh, there's a chest I need to grab. Super Dave over on YouTube asks, "What's up, Ren? First time coming, just re-downloaded over a year. Try the beta downloading now. How is it?" I've got an early thoughts video up from yesterday, which can give you a better answer to that without taking 12 to 15 minutes here on the stream. Let me get a link up for everybody. Actually, I need to get that for YouTube and Twitch. Give me 2 seconds. Short version is, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of polish. It's the same base gameplay loop, but the main storyline is completely redone. It's free for PC players. The update is free, and then it's adding console to everybody. So you're getting Xbox, PlayStation, and PC players all being able to play together at the same time in the same place, which is a very wonderful thing. But I'll give you a link here. This will be for everybody, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch right now. This is the video from yesterday. It's looking pretty good, yeah, Howie. Alright, that should go out on YouTube and Twitch for everybody. Am I getting attacked? Yes, hang on. Alright, now I'm going to sticky this for everybody. So that we're pinned. Alright. There were definitely some performance stuff when it launched, but that's normal for any launch. I didn't have any bugs when it launched. There was performance issues, which plague a lot of games when they first come out. But this is so polished. Very well done. Alright, let me go over here. This thing keeps respawning. Hang on, I'm gonna have to take care of these guys before I... Just trying to do a couple of things over on YouTube, and it's not gonna happen until I get out of here. Oh, is this a puzzle? Or just do all 3? I didn't read what the puzzle was. Dash darn it. Burden restoration. Did I get a document? I must have been given a document that I didn't pay attention to because I was getting an attack. there a clue around here as to what order those need to be in? I didn't see a document either. Hang on. Is that like... See, there's like a book there. Man, and I lost it in the spam and getting attacked. I don't know what order we're supposed to put these in. Am I using a filter on my nose? No, I have a band-aid on my nose. XPW. Okay, there we go. Rejoin your allies in Corinth. Number 2 is over here. Oh no, that was a long fall. Ah! Well, to be fair, it's a bright red Band-Aid. We didn't have any flesh-colored Band-Aids this morning. I could probably take it off for the stream. I just kind of forgot that I had it on until someone mentioned it. I had a big old honking zit on my nose that I finally popped this morning, and so I had a Band-Aid on it because I put some Neosporin on it. It's called Too Much Chocolate a few days ago. Oh, I broke out like a 15-year-old teenager. I had like 6 zits and a big one on the nose. And it was one of those ones that was below the surface, and it finally got a whitehead. But it was like under the surface for like 4 days. Investigate. Proof that no matter how old you get, you can still get zits, guys. All it takes is like a dozen chocolate chip cookies and some chocolate milk. It can happen to you too. You too can relive your youth as a 15-year-old child. There is a link. Oh lordy. There is a link that is on YouTube in the stickied section here on YouTube called My Early Thoughts on New World. You can give it a look. You can hear my thoughts on is it decent or not. It's free to play over the weekend if you want to give it a shot. Yes, the Musketeer outfit is glorious, Bubblonia. I almost started a Musketeer instead of a Ranger. Just as when I was playing earlier this year on the controllers, when the controller update happened, I went and tried Rapier and Musket and was like, ooh, this is a lot of fun. And then they come out with the archetype that literally is Musket and Rapier. It's so good. And the outfit is dynamite. Well, of course I had to make a new character. Super Dave, it's a brand new game. Plus, I'm playing on the PS5. I don't own the PS5 version of the game. I only own the PC version of the game. So, yep, had to create a character from scratch. And if I decide to play this when it does the complete launch of this version of the game on the 15th of October, I will play a fresh start character as well. Not for this, you can't use your old character, no. This is completely different. This is a revamped version of the base game. When it goes live on PC on October 15th, yes, you will be able to use your legacy characters. but not during this test. This test is testing the new version of the game. Yeah, I already own it on PC, and I'm honestly debating because it looks like all I need to do is grab the expansion for like 30 bucks, and then I can get the upgrade when it happens on the 15th, or I could spend 60 and get it on like the PlayStation or Xbox. And I'm torn because I gotta say I really, really, really like the way this plays on the PS5, and I don't know. The price thing's not really the issue. It's like, where do I want to play it? If I'm going to squeeze this into October, do I play it on the PC or do I play it on the PlayStation? Decisions. Yeah, I haven't made a judgment call of if I'm going to play the DLC or not for Diablo 4. I had a lot of fun with the base game of Diablo 4, but I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
You have a gleam in your eye. You found something? Let me see. Yes. These are precisely the types of things I'm looking for. The ancients did not share our methods of construction at all.
So what methods did they use?
The items you helped add to my collection suggest multiple possibilities for the ancients' construction methods. Do return sometime, and we shall explore these matters further.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, Bubbleonia. Like, I don't miss, like, that. But again, I don't know what the revamped version on the PC is going to look like, if it's going to look the same. Because I'll play it with controller no matter what. So it's like...
It's clear they were capable of harnessing some type of energy to aid in their construction. But I believe there was some labor involved as well.
What kind of labor?
The kind you do with your hands. The funny thing is that we still don't even know what the ancients look like. 2 hands? 4 hands? No hands? But I believe it was not the ancients themselves who did the work.
Well, who did the work?
It's not clear, but probably some type of thralls who served the ancients. In Amarine Temple, I've heard speak of an ancient taskmaster. If you can defeat it and bring me a piece of it, that would be an interesting find.
Got you covered. Okay. Got a new bow. It's not better than the one I crafted. Okay. Both of these quests are way in this direction, it looks like. At least I have a fast travel point up there. I also have a turn-in here. Let's do the turn-in town. I haven't really played this since launch, and it feels like a completely different game. It's I'm intrigued because one of the things I really loved about my first playthrough was all of the different art styles, because you have like these pyramids and ruins over here, and then there's like different time periods represented. So you've got like the Inquisition, the Mayans, you know, the spheres. There's all sorts of different stuff and time periods going on here, and I love that aspect of like fantasy / science fiction, and I'm really intrigued to know where this new storyline, how it works, because now we have the Spanish accent bad lady sorceress who's like the main bad person now, and like that was missing from the base game, so there's like an actual storyline now. So I'm intrigued. Like, it's fully voiced, and I am a sucker for cinematic storytelling. The fact that this is a fully voiced experience now with cutscenes and everything else, I'm probably
I'm
gonna
sure
have
we
to
can
play
find
this.
a reasonable punishment for the speaker, one that fits his crimes.
You're a sensible man, Sadvik. Maybe too sensible. Convince me by the time I finish sharpening this blade, and we'll do it your way. If not, I give him a taste of true suffering.
That gets my vote.
There will be time for justice. But torturing the speaker will not remove the curse on Windswood.
Are you suggesting we forgive his treachery?
Oh no. I support whatever cruel fate you can dream up for him. But first, we need to heal this land, so by all means, keep plotting. But some of us will need to recover the verdant gemstones. Any volunteers? That's what I expected. I'm no less infuriated with the Speaker's actions than anyone else, but the thirst for vengeance mustn't distract us. The gemstones are all that matters now.
I agree. Jortastic over on Twitch just said, hey, I've been watching you on YouTube. Really love your content and how positive you speak about Starfield. Well, it's because it's a fun game. I liked it. We're going back to Starfield on the 20th, which is in just a few days. What is the date today? The 14th. So in 6 days, we're back in the Starfield, everybody. We're going to be mainstreaming that game throughout the normal daytime streams at 9 or 10 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch. And we're going to be working our way down towards the Shattered Space DLC, which I have owned since I bought the Premium Edition. It's my second playthrough. We'll be picking up where we left off back in May. So I think we're around 126 or 127 episodes into that playthrough series. So we'll pick that up, get back to it. So more Starfield in 6 days, everybody. And there's probably going to be some news before then from Bethesda, because they've talked about releasing something with more details about Shattered Space. Because I'd like to know, like, where are we starting it? Like, is it level restricted? Or is it going to be like the other faction quests where you can just do it whenever you want? Like, I need to know more. But on the 20th, we're diving back in, and the objective is to start tooling around in the new rover that they dropped last month and looking for a place to build an outpost, because I have never built an outpost in Starfield. That'll give us about 10 days of gameplay before Shattered Space. That should be more than enough time to tool around a few planets and go from there and build an outpost, finish up whatever quests we've got.
I did.
Get ready for
She
Shattered
understands
Space.
the urgency of the situation. The problem is that we don't even know the location of the other shrines. Moira is scouring her scrolls in an attempt to find us some answers. In fact, you should go and meet her and see if there's been any progress.
What are you going to do?
I will join you shortly. As much sacrifice as it may require, I want to talk to Elder Satvik about resuming tribute, whether the speaker agrees or not.
All right. I would estimate it's probably going to be mid to high level Babylonia. That would be my anticipation.
Well met, newcomer. It's rare to see someone who's just arrived become such a pivotal figure in Corinth, but Nessa speaks very highly of you. And with the situation in Windswood more dire than it's been in centuries, we will gladly accept your help. Are you here to talk about the location of the shrines?
Sure.
Mostly just how little we truly know. I've dedicated several lifetimes to studying Aeternum's history, but much of it remains a mystery. Before we discuss the shrines, I should share what knowledge I have. You might even find it interesting.
We're going to get a cutscene?
Aeternum's ruins tell the tale of a magnificent civilization that once dominated the island.
None of this was here at
Its
launch.
architects,
This is all
the
part of the new
ancients,
revamp.
discovered or possibly created the energy we call Azos. In the millennia that followed, humanity came from countless prehistoric cultures. Sumeria, China, Egypt, and more. They were called to explore the sea, summoned by the ancients to this island. These early arrivals worshipped the ancients as gods. They toiled under the ancients' guidance, building hundreds of monuments and towers. But humanity's savage nature could not be tamed. Wars broke out, and amid the chaos, corruption first appeared. To combat this new menace, the ancients imbued a chosen few with gifts. These heroes were granted monumental powers and life eternal. The wars raged on for centuries, and the ancients blessed entire armies. But most of the human vessels degraded into mindless skeletal warriors. Those wars ended millennia ago, and the ancients disappeared. But their haunted guardians still protect the ruins, oblivious to the fact their cause has long since lost its meaning.
That's a cool little plot line. I'm down for it.
I believe you saw the Guardians yourself at Mirador, so you know the danger. To learn the locations of the other shrines, we must venture again into the ruins.
Got you covered.
Yes, it does. There's a monument to one of the ancients on the coast. Within it, a map is engraved with the shrine's locations. I need a rubbing of that map. While you acquire the map, Nessa and I will continue to learn what we can from these scrolls, however little that might be.
Cool. Jortastic says, never heard of this game before. It came out about, man, I want to say like 3 years ago on the PC only. And it had your typical MMO launch. You know, a couple million players, topped the Steam charts for a week, and then within a few months had the typical drop-off that you see from every major MMORPG release. So it went from having hundreds of thousands of people playing to having tens of thousands of people playing. And then over the years, it's just sort of settled into a steady, you know, niche audience that has kept them going for several years. And on the back end, they've been working on refining, polishing, and reworking all of the main quest lines, adding cutscenes, adding a new storyline. When the game launched, none of those cutscenes were there. None of the main series quest that we're playing through right now, none of that was here at launch. It was all much more of sort of like a traditional MMORPG launch where there's a lot of environmental storytelling where you were picking up these notes that were telling you the story of what had happened with the cultures that came before, and then you were sort of following along in the mystery of this nameless darkness. But they have since refined all of that into a storyline that takes you all the way from level 1 to max level. And along the way, you find all the things that have been here always from the start. Crafting, harvesting, the towns which are upgradable, which the community works together to upgrade, so the towns have levels. The crafting stations have tiers. The tiers of the crafting stations are tied to the level of the community. So the community working together to harvest resources and to build new things for the town levels up the town, and that levels up the harvesting crafting stations. All of that. So it's all been refurbished and revamped, and at the same time, what they're promoting right now, this open beta free weekend, is the fact that the revamp not only is coming for free to everybody on the PC, it's also now launching on the PlayStation and the Xbox, so that everybody's going to be able to play together, cross-play on the same server, regardless of what platform they play on. So it hasn't previously been available on consoles. So, I mean, Amazon is definitely putting their money where their mouth is in terms of investing money and making this game bigger and better and accessible to more players. So I had fun when it launched, but I would admit, because if you go back and watch my videos from launch, I talked about it. It felt grindy because you had to do so many side quests to keep your level high enough to complete the main quests, which were a lot different than what they are today. And now it's a streamlined single-player storyline from start to finish with all that group stuff from before, all the dungeons and raids and everything else. All that stuff is now optional. And you can do solo trials to complete quests. And so it's a single-player RPG with a separate MMO side component, which is the same as like World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, you know, any MMORPG that you might play, which these days is single player RPG with side stuff. And then there's the PvP stuff, which you can do if you want to, but it's 100% consensual and optional and takes place in other places. All right, yeah, CC Felton has a very good. Yeah, I am fully in agreement with what Felton just said on YouTube. If this is what Amazon is pushing out in terms of refinements for their games, I can't wait to see what they have in store for us with the new Lord of the Rings game that they're working on. Yeah, correct. It's still a long way from getting that game, but I have no doubt that it's going to be a fun experience. I have enjoyed all of my time in New World back when I played at launch, and this experience, to be honest with you, has been pretty damn fun. I'm interested to see where this new storyline is going to take us, because we're about to go to one of the shrines. And I remember what the shrines were like when the game first came out, so I'm interested to see how they have changed things. It's a big map, though. I mean, we're in a tiny little section of the island. This is a big island. And I was saying yesterday, you could think of this place, it's like the island from Lost. It's like there's all these different time periods that have existed here, and all these different art styles at play, and there's a little bit of sci-fi, there's a little bit of fantasy. I think we're going to go to the east, because I honestly want to do more of this main quest. I want to find out more about these shrines. Matter of fact, I don't even know if the new quests have levels, do they? It does, level 15. There's also housing, if you want to get into housing. The crafting harvesting thing is pretty big, though. It's got a really unique crafting system. The harvesting is amazing, but what I really like about the crafting system is how there's so much community involvement. So, like, the crafting stations are always there, and you can always use them, but because they level up with the town. So right here, this is a town project board. So there's missions on this board. You complete these missions, and it upgrades the tier of the town, and that makes helps towards the crafting stations get better, so you can build better things, get more bonuses to your crafting. There's all these cool things that are related to that. Yeah, the new archetypes are really cool, Felton, and they give really cool cosmetic gear. That's what I really liked about it. Was like, oh, now I get class gear. So if you remember in the beginning, they had the three factions. I don't even know if those still exist anymore. But at the beginning, that was what your armor looked like, was based on what faction you allied with. And I think that part of the game is gone now, because I haven't seen those guys, unless it's still there and it's locked behind level 20 or something. I think we could just follow this line of mountains over here. I think Musketeer, man, I don't know. I really do like this, but I'm not a big fan of the spear. Whereas I do love the rapier, and I do love the muskets. So I think if I go back and play through this storyline when it launches on the 15th, I'll probably end up playing a Musketeer. I think that supply stockpile is bugged out. Oh, are those walnuts? No, they're berries. Which I will happily loot. Somebody left some hides behind. Uh-oh. That sounded bad. My main is usually ranged, yes. It's usually a ranger, which is what I'm playing right now. I only tank if I have to tank for raids. So like in World of Warcraft as an example, for the first time ever, I let other people tank. Early things happen. But we ended up getting to the point where we weren't having enough tanks logging on. So for War Within, I went back to getting a tank leveled up for the raids. I came in the wrong way, I think, here because I think I was supposed to come down along the beach. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it down. Screw it. Ah! I'm going to try to work my way down the cliff face here. Okay. So this is this massive shrine. Let's go get a better look at it from the... Somebody left a turkey. So look at that face on the shrine. We have no idea what it refers to. Something from the ancients. Looks like there's chests we can grab. I've reached the top of the bluffs. Ascend the ruins to find the shrine map. Oh no! That's a weird sound effect. Where's the map? It says obtain a rubbing. I'm not seeing where the map is that it's referring to. Oh, I just follow this person who knew where they were going. So I don't get fast travel to that. That's going to be back to town. Oh, I gotta... It's so sensitive if you click any buttons outside of that. It'll cancel the... Oh, I did it again! I literally am just trying to put the controller down for a second, and it's like the button gets pushed just a tiny little bit on the chair, and it like cancels everything out. That time I got it. I love this ranty comment. It's bullshit that I should have to pay to play the game. Expansions are so stupid. Why shouldn't I have to pay for extra content? Alright, buddy. Do, 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 do. Oh, and here's somebody complaining that, oh, I don't remember. He said this is literally someone saying, I didn't like New World when it launched because I had to do a quest for a female NPC and she wanted me to check in on her wife. Say what? Then I later ran into male NPCs who have husbands. I honestly don't feel that this needs to be injected into the game because I know the reason they did. They want to inject their woke politics into the game rather than just letting me play a fantasy game. I'm going to go back to ESO. The game didn't want you in the first place. Buddy, if you can't modernize your points of view to accept... Oh my god, that is one of the most horrific comments I've read this morning. Like, where do these people come from? What church do they go to? Jeez. Where I know, Bogdan. Some people are like that, like, "Oh, it's so woke. I can't." I remember when Willow was airing on Disney Plus. I think it was late last year, whenever that was. Chris and I were having a great time with the show, and there were invariably every episode that would air, I would have somebody ranting about the princess being bisexual. They were losing their shit. The princess wasn't like pining after some male protagonist hero, like she was actively pursuing the swords master chick who was like the soldier in training, right? And like every episode I would review and I would get half a dozen comments from people who are like, oh my god, there's gay people in the show, I can't watch this, it's the Disney woke agenda. No, it's called living in modern times. We're not stoning people to death because they love who they love anymore. Like, we're living in the 21st century where people are allowed to express love in many different ways. Get over it. Oh, God. What's up, Dot? Welcome to this morning's rant. It's so ridiculous how people are... Yeah. I can't believe the NPC had a wife.
Excellent. I'm afraid we've not had much luck with these scrolls, but let's see what you brought back. Oh, yes. Now, this is clearly some sort of map.
I think, Bogdan, what it is they live in constant terror and fear of everything around them. And I can point to my my parents are a good example of this. And this is a true story. So my family is very conservative, religious. My grandfather had a brother who was gay. The family disowned him completely. So he died probably a decade ago. He was in his 70s. He was an old man. So he was my grandfather died a few years ago. He was like 83 or 84 or something. So he was an older man. So he grew up in a generation when, it was horrible. But the thing was like he went his whole life being ostracized by the family until around the time he was 65. And all the world's values started changing. The family started to make contact with him and invite him to dinners. And, we had cousins going because he worked at Disney World. And so we had family members who would go to Disney World and hang out with him for a week. And he was a really cool old man. But I never knew him growing up because the family disowned him because of the way he wanted to live his life. And I felt so dirty as I grew up, and when I found that out about my family's history, it made me feel shame. that my family would do something like that. That they would ostracize someone for choosing to live their life a different way. And I happen to have, my parents would still keep that same mindset. I fell away from religion years ago. If people want to be religious, that's fine. I respect everybody's points of view equally. This has been about 4 or 5 years ago. I was visiting, and we had a dinner party, and like somebody had said something, and they were like, "Oh," and I think my brother was like, "Well, Tim doesn't go to church anymore because he doesn't really do the religion anymore." And my aunt was like, "Well, why don't you go?" And I'm just like, you guys do what you want to do. I follow my own path. I don't really believe all that stuff, but if you want to, that's fine. I respect that. I'm more of a science and math guy. And she's like, "Oh, honey, that's so sad. You do realize you're gonna burn forever in an eternity, right, honey?" And then my mom sends me messages all the time, and it's like, some people have a very limited worldview controlled by a fantasy book, is what it comes down to.
Moira and
That's
I
not
get
that's
to
me
work
not
on
being very
deciphering this
respectful.
straight away. Though it's an unfortunate distraction, I think you might need to visit the town hall.
It's very shameful what humans will do to other humans just because of a different point of view. It's like, ugh.
After you left, frustrations boiled over.
Needless to
Elder
say, I don't
Sotvic
spend a lot of
insisted
time with
they
my
wait till
family.
your return, but Leovix was quite past the point of reason.
All right, we're gonna go confront the speaker here in a second. I need to spend some points. Everybody on this planet has the right to love who they want and live how they want to live.
Now,
End of subject, really.
Betrayal and blame. We've all made mistakes.
Mistakes? You've undermined us at every turn. And for what? To stir the collective bot into a frenzy?
And what a stew you've been cooking up. Hiring pirates to steal tribute. Paying them with the druid's gemstones. A nasty gruel it is.
This theory of yours is preposterous.
If pirates stole the tribute,
Somebody's lying
it's the Iron
here.
Rose to blame.
That's it! I'm cutting this traitor!
Don't coward!
Leave, everyone!
Enough. No point in killing each other if you're just gonna come back.
You're right. Let's hang them by their toes in the town square.
Please, no. This was all the speaker's idea. I'll tell you everything.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, we find out the truth.
All right, little birdie. Time to chirp.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Bogdan says, "I just unlocked all the glyphs in No Man's Sky so I can finally sully your paradise planet with wokeness." We are going to be back tomorrow morning in No Man's Sky at 5 a.m. Central, as we normally do. And we're going to be doing another tour, because it's been a couple of weeks. I didn't play last Sunday because I was doing the fishing expedition. So it'll be 2 weeks since the last time I saw the community planet. So I'm very interested to see what bases have grown up in the past 2 weeks. So we'll start off the stream tomorrow morning. We'll probably spend about an hour and go tour the planet, and then hopefully finish up the Atlas storyline tomorrow. That's the plan. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? Yes.
Before you counsel patience, I'd ask you to remember the atrocities this speaker and his conniving lackey have committed. They betrayed Medea, the Druids, the Iron Rose, and the entire town. They need to pay in blood!
Maybe, but we do need information first, buddy.
I'm not arguing with that. But with my blade freshly sharpened, I could do a little surgery to help guarantee we get the truth this time.
Man, the voice acting has been really good. I approve of all the things that they've done with this so far.
That chance passed a while back in my book. But I trust your judgment. If you get even a hint that they're holding out, though, it's my turn.
See now, that Iron Rose thug wants to carve me up, but I'm just a soldier in this affair. Everything I did, I was just following orders.
So spill the beans, buddy.
Well, See, yeah, old Francis told me this tribute business with Medea was just a lie.
I'm out of
Made up
coffee.
so someone could steal from the good people of Corinth. So that's why he cooked up this plan. My part was just to escort the damn tribute and surrender when the pirates attacked us. For doing that, I'd get half the take from one of them gemstones.
Who stole the gemstones?
The pirates. They wouldn't do this job for just a wagon full of food and armaments. The deal was they get 2 gemstones and we get the 3rd. Look, if you'll keep your Iron Rose dog from biting me, I'll even tell you where you can find the gemstone Francis and I was going to split.
All right, where at?
Right upstairs in the speaker's stash. Now that I've told you that, you need to protect me from Francis too. Don't forget our deal, okay? Okay?
He's a little nervous. Is it upstairs? Right there.
I don't know why you're so determined to bring me down, snooping around my personal affairs. I'm Speaker of the Winds. I could have you arrested.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've never seen that in all my days. Someone planted it there. It's shameful, this conspiracy against me. I'm the best speaker this town's ever had.
I'm pretty sure you're a liar and a traitor.
Oh, and now you convict me without a trial? Before you planned the execution, you'd do well to remember I have information you need. The other gemstone, eh?
Where is it?
It was the pirates all along, you know. Captain Doughty and Captain Coropati. They planned this. And when you find their gemstones, oh, that proves my innocence. Go on and recover whatever gemstones remain. And we'll clean up all this business together, won't we? Hello? Are you listening to me?
You know, I'm sorry to intrude, but I could have sworn I heard someone who wasn't necessarily telling the whole truth.
Well, he's all yours.
Ah, the words I've so longed to hear. I'll clean up here. You have another gemstone. You should go and deal with that. Godspeed, friend.
You're not handing me over to him, are you? This is not right. The people of Corinth will revolt if you take away their speaker.
Nobody likes you, bro.
You'll see.
Nobody really cares, buddy. Did I misread in this one? Alright, Nessa. Man, I'm gonna have to make a decision if I am gonna just upgrade my PC version or if I just drop the $60 and
So the speaker himself
get this for the
had
PlayStation or
second
the
gemstone.
Xbox.
How
What's
did
up,
I
Brett?
not see that coming?
You're playing too?
Saves us
Nice.
some trouble, I suppose. We can just take it directly to one of the shrines.
Dot.
What about the
I
third
feel your
gemstone?
pain, Dot. I had some lofty writing goals at the beginning of the year, and then the project I was working on, we were doing some audience participation stuff, and it kind of wound down to where there was only a handful of people, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break. This will be the first year where I have not written anything of substance, but I have like the last time I counted was like 2018, and I had over 20 million words produced for clients and in books and all this other stuff. And I was like, you know what? I've put a lot out there. I'm okay with taking a year off and just being like, I'm gonna play video games this year, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna focus on the YouTube channel. I have been dabbling on revamping an outline, which is that's taking place over at the Patreon, and that's sort of a big fantasy. It's the rework of a fantasy series that I had started to dabble in, and I'm reworking things, and I'm tying it into the series that my brother and my wife and I just finished up earlier this year. So I'll probably start work on that. I mean, in a perfect world, I would start work on it next year, but I'm not trying to make a living off being a writer. I did it for so many years. I'm like, right now, it's very much a backseat hobby of when I have spare time, which is not very often. But I do look forward to whenever I'm done with this, this whole streaming video games thing. I think I've talked about this before. People who've been here a while have heard me, and they're like, "Shut up, Tim. We know what you're gonna say." The objective here is I'd like to be done by the time I'm 50 and just sit back and write full time again, but at a much more relaxed pace because I won't need to make as much scratch as I used to, so I can afford to sit back and be a little more. I don't need to go all Brandon Sanderson and try to, publish 8 to 10,000 words a day.
Another pirate, then. Seems those are Francis Turner's closest friends and confidants. Well, you'll be glad to know we've made progress
But
studying
don't
this
worry
map.
about being
I
naughty
think
and
we've identified
not.
the location of at least one of the other shrines.
You can sleep later. Your deadline can.
That does seem to be the next logical step, so you have my support. We'll continue with the map. The shrine is to the southwest of the city.
All right, let's go check out this shrine.
Do be careful if you run into any ancient guardians there. You've become quite indispensable at this point.
Well, thank you. Okay. Ooh, that's way down there. I should go up here and do this quest first. Otherwise, it's gonna... Oh, man, there's multiples of these cropping up. What level is this? 16? I'm still ahead of it level-wise. I don't need to do any side stuff. Let's ignore the side stuff for now. I kind of want to get to level 20 so that I can get the mount, because that's something I've never seen before. Yeah, for me, it's not really difficult, Dot. But I think some of it is just I've done so much over the years that I've taken like 6 months breaks before from writing, and then I think usually what ends up happening is hang on, let me get sidetracked here. Your fate will change after visiting these ruins. Is that where I'm heading? Usually I'll just read a book and it'll be like, if I know that I'm going to be working on a project that has a certain writing style, I'll go pick up something that I know has that writing style, and it gets me back in it within the first 20 pages. Brett says he already has a mount and a house. Just bummed that you have to wait a month after the beta before I can play again. The revamp is really good, man. I gotta say, I've not been disappointed by this. This has been very fun. I appreciate the fact that it now has a main series quest. It's fully voiced. It's got cinematics. I am a sucker for cinematic storytelling. Big fan of what they've done so far with this. Well, I think we went past whatever ruins those were. I must have to go up and around. Well, here's the head. Can I go up through here? There totally... Is there like an entrance in here somewhere? I don't think there is. But what about going up and over? Oh, there's no way I'm making it up over that hill. I think I'm gonna have to go up and around. Oh! Bad piggy. For that, I'm gonna take your bacon. Ooh, can I get up here? I might be able to. I say might. I don't know, it's looking kind of steep. It's like teasing me with ledges that are possible maybes. Alright, we're just going to go all the way around. There's no way I'm getting up through here. Oh! Ah! Ah! Thought I could make it. Surely we could find a way to glitch through the environment here. It did have factions before, Brett. The way it worked when it launched was there was 3 main factions. The Syndicate was the one I joined. I don't remember the names of the other ones. Each faction had a very unique armor set style. And so depending on how you wanted your character to look, you would pick an appropriate faction. And then they had side quests that you could do, which were pretty much mandatory to level up. In order to level up your character. Oh man. I feel like this is totally not supposed to be possible. Oh, it's still there? Did it unlock at like level 20 or something, Brett? I didn't know it was still in the game because I hadn't seen the quests. I might die. Oh no. Let's just go around. I'm not getting up through there. Because I had questions about that because I'm level 17, almost 18, and I still hadn't seen the faction quests. So I didn't know that they were still there. Brett says at level 19 the option pops up. Well, then perfect. Then there's... Okay, cool. Yeah, because those used to all be there, and it was like optional ways... Well, it used to be kind of mandatory to keep your levels up, but it had really cool optional storylines. Some of them were just repeatable quests after a certain point, but it's nice to know that that still exists as an option. I remember the housing dropped when I was still playing it actively. Mounts came with the expansion, which I've never played. And what I'm genuinely intrigued by now is the fact that they've, redone this whole storyline. So I'm interested, if there's a 50, 60 hour storyline here, that's worth it to me. Fully voiced, cinematic cutscenes and everything. That's totally worth it to me to jump in and play for, a couple of weeks. Because I could totally get behind playing this leading up to Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I think the only thing that's happening otherwise would be the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign, but those campaigns are usually really short, like 6 to 8 hours. How are we getting up in there? Hang on, there's a side quest over here. Woodward tree. Oh, I need 100 logging to even get to those.
There is a serene little pond up here. A nice place to sit and meditate. As long as the pumas aren't prowling about. Beware if you go further.
Oh, they've got group-based
There's a
stuff in
very
the
angry bear.
syndicate missions.
Many
That's cool,
have
right?
been mauled by trespassing.
Or the
in its
company
lair.
missions, yeah. Yeah, because they've got the traditional dungeons too. I think they're called expeditions, if I remember correctly.
You look tough enough to help hunt pumas. They provide good food for the settlement and hide for the Tanners Guild.
How many do you need?
You'd be surprised how much meat I can get out of one puma. Don't slaughter indiscriminately. We need the local population to be healthy. Just a few will do.
What about the bear?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, there was another death. The kind that people rarely return from. Getting mauled by a bear is enough to make even the hardiest souls become lost.
So
Another
died.
hunter, Albrecht. He was doing the same thing you were, trying to get more food for everyone. I imagine he got a bit too close to the bear den. But that's just speculation. You might want to bring a few friends.
Alright, so we have a bear quest, which I'm just not going to do right now. I'm just grabbing the quests because they were here as I'm running by. This is the shrine. Alright. What is attacking me? Because I got combat music. Oh, hello. What's that character's name? Hilbo Baggins. Oh, there's a silver vein, which I can't do anything about. God, I can hear people, but they're not here. There's got to be another entry point. There we go. There's the shrine. Ooh, this place looks intriguing. Ascend the ruins to replace the verdant gemstone. But also, let's take a look at this. A set of well-maintained brushes rest here. Someone must have left them behind. There seems to be some Velium with them, and it looks like there's a label. Please return to the tavern in Corinth. Sure, I'll take that quest for sure. Ah! Forgot about that triple strike. Alright, let's climb the ruins. Oh, man. Die, foul creature. Oh my god, these guys spawn fast. Supposed to scale the ruins, it says. Place the verdant gemstone. There's some pretty significant platforming they've got you doing here. And look at the white. It's painted white instead of yellow. Oh no, I missed! Fuck! I'm not very good at platforming. I got nervous because there's another player. Frodo, what are you doing in there, buddy? Alright, see Babylonia. Feel better, man. That sucks. Never fun. God, I should probably go over here and grab this fast travel waypoint. Why is it putting it way over there instead of like on top of the roof? There we go. That's weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go get that fast travel unlocked. Run! Someone said they added swimming, but I haven't found water deep enough to test that theory yet. Yeah, I haven't come across anything deep enough. Oh, it might be time to get some more coffee. Did I accidentally cancel? God damn it. I am really bad about like touching buttons on the controller after I've started the fast travel sequence, and this game is really bad about any sort of button press or movement cancels the fast travel. Someone just said for Dragon Age the Veilguard, they're going to do one playthrough for each romanceable companion. That's a lot of playthroughs, man. I like the music. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Alright, I think we are ready to continue onwards. I probably need to go get another cup of coffee. Where are we at? We're an hour and a half in. What time is it? It's only 9 o'clock. Is that a new one? No, I've read that one.
My brushes! Oh, thank you! I've painted so many places, I forgot where I left them. I tried searching, but as soon as I got anywhere, inspiration would strike and I'd be painting with my second best set of brushes.
Are those your
Not
easels
just
outside?
Mine. I'm part of a whole group of landscape painters on Aeternum. You haven't lived until you've captured the clouds over the bay at sunset, or seen the sun peeking over the mountains at dawn.
Alright. A little bit of extra XP. Never a bad thing. Alright, we need to speak with Satvik. And report in on the shrine.
Always returning victorious and looking like it was a simple matter. I'm
how I
glad
roll.
you're back.
Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It
understand
was
you've
hard.
restored another one of these verdant gemstones to its proper place.
I did.
Well enough. Grace managed to keep Leovix distracted in the tavern long enough to get Francis and Captain DuPont out of town. Oh, and then everyone had to go and elect me as the new Speaker of the Winds.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. I only hope we can move fast enough to ensure there's still a town worth speaking for. As I mentioned, Grace has been a huge help, but she's restless and leaving soon. She wanted to speak with you.
She can't miss
Go
me.
on.
She doesn't want to miss me. It's all right. I got party gifts for her. Probably can't show those party gifts on stream, but you know. I think Chris just got home. Man, is there any way to like turn off the chat? How do I get... Aha, settings. Oh, I could totally mute those channels. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, there's all sorts of fun stuff. So I can mute global. Where was all that horrific just spam happening? The channel will show in the feed and its unregistered messages won't be added to the list. The channel can still be viewed using the channel selector to the left. Oh, so I could just, like go to that. So let's just go to the feed. We've turned off global. So now I should only see like leveling up messages here instead of all the bullshit chatter. Perfect.
Well, look at you. Breathing life back into this wee sad town. You almost make me want to pitch in. But I've been anchored here too long. It's time to catch some wind and find more favorable surroundings.
Where are you heading?
I'll be heading up north. I hear there's a bigger town up there. More modern, much wealthier. Sounds like a place a girl can make some real coin. I was thinking to try and convince you to come with me. But I'm pretty sure that's a lost cause, isn't it?
If it was me in real life, I would totally go with her. This chick is a lot of fun. I like Grace a lot. I've never dated a redhead. That might be fun. Let's go. However, my guy apparently is like a little paladin who's like, I've got to help the town. It still needs us.
You've got it covered. And I'm starting to grow moss on my backside.
Oh, I'd be happy to help you with your backside, honey.
You need to be going after that third gemstone. That pretty little druid wants you to meet her to the east. She's scouting out that pirate den.
Until next time.
Oh, we'll cross paths again. As surely as day follows night. You're a restless spirit, same as I. Go help the druid girl, then catch up with me in the north. Until then, keep your eyes on the horizon.
Aye, aye, Captain. Alright, we've got some new goodies to unpack here. That's heavy. I don't want heavy. Don't want light. Amulet. That's a big increase. Oop. Time to get a new breastplate. Musketeer's Coat of the Century. Those are new? Oh, I'm gonna need a transmog because this looks hideous the way it's looking. Oh, no, no! No, no, this must be transmog. Quick. Take me back to town and transmog me. I cannot be running around looking like this. No! There's quite a few as far as I'm aware, Bogdan. Some folks have said that there's been some multiplayer building sessions that have taken place on that planet too. We shall do a tour tomorrow.
Windsward is a classic example
All right.
of a wasted land.
I'll be back in a minute, everybody. I need another
Such
cup of coffee.
potential
Chris just
and
walked in the
such
door
little
from the
help.
grocery store, so I need to make
God,
sure
your
that
good
everything's good with
clothes,
her.
and I can
And then
enhance them if you'd like.
we'll be continuing onwards. So give me a couple minutes here. She's the worst charades player you've ever seen. Never heard of it, Brett. Shalapa? Transmogma outfit. Never heard of it. Oh, you have to spend tokens? Okay. How many of these tokens do I have? I have 6. The problem is, if I unlock it once, does it stay for... So if I transmog... Oh yeah, hang on a second. I got sidetracked. There are a
Windsor is
ton...
classic example of a wasted land. Such potential and such little help.
Oh, you mean
Guard your good
Slappa, the
clothes, and I
place
can
with the
enhance
jungle
them if you'd
ruins. Sorry, for some odd reason, Brett, I thought you were talking about a video game. And so my brain was not connecting that dot. If you're talking Salapa and Veracruz, if I remember correctly, that's the place. There's like an artist who lived in the jungle there who made this really cool, like, he built his own structures within the jungle. If that's the place that I'm thinking of. Oh, Noob3D says if you use a transmog token, the cosmetic is then unlocked and can be used indefinitely. Okay, that was sort of my question. The actual question was more along the lines of, if I unlock it, do I have to redo it every time I equip something new, or is? But you answered it in a way that I didn't think of asking. But yes, that's good to know. So once you unlock it, it's good forever. Okay, so. How do you earn tokens, though? It says I have 7 transmog tokens. Well, I have to reapply it, yes, but I'm assuming once I've unlocked it, I don't have to spend another token to put it on the new piece. It's just, oh, it's unlocked. Here, you can just apply it to the new piece. Oh, my. But yes, Dot, there's a ton of outfits apparently. Heavy, light, and medium. And then there's like specialty ones. Oh my god, there's a ton. Oh, so some of these are like Twitch drops. And some of these are from the cash shop. Oh, that's cool. So Noob says you earn some of these on the season reward pass, on the free track and the paid track. Okay, so that makes sense why these have like a paid icon. Okay, cool. Well, I definitely want to unlock this green set, please. It does not, Brett. All progress is only for the open. It doesn't. I mean, there was a big pop-up at the beginning of the game that said none of this progress transfers over. That was like right in the clickies that you had to click through to start playing. Man, I don't know which one of these boots I want. I think I'll go with this one because it's less buckles. I don't know though. These ones look really cool. Let's go with the Ranger boots. Like, I didn't read that stuff. Well, that is why, sir. That is why. Okay, so I've transmogged myself back to something cool. I'm okay with my spear and stuff. I don't need these to look like anything special. But the outfit, for sure, I needed. Oh, that's much better. Yes, now I look proper rangerly again. The main quest has me going over near the pirate base. Is the main quest still within my level range? I'm level 17. Unless I'm being forced to go do side quests, I'm not going to do side quests anymore. Nope, we're good. Can I untrack the rest of these quests? It's already free, Lord Wolfguard. Free to play all weekend. On PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Do I have a fast travel? Yeah, nothing close to there. Well, you could totally give it a look-see, Wolfguard. Like I said, PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, PC, or Xbox. All platforms. You can go try it for free this weekend. Started yesterday. It's running the 13th through the 16th. So hop in and give it a shot. Cranberries. I'll happily loot cranberries, man. Probably won't use them during beta, but... Oh, I much prefer controller. That's why I don't play the game actively, because of mouse and keyboard. They added controller support earlier this year to the PC version. I tried it out, said this is awesome. Didn't have time to play because I have too many other games that I'm in the middle of playing right now. But I think I'm gonna have to make a decision about whether I just upgrade my PC version to this for October 15th, or if I just buy it on the PlayStation or Xbox. It's half the price for me to do it on the PC, but it's really not the price issue. It's more just like, do I want to play it on the PC? Do I want to play it on the console? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Bruce's Gaming over on YouTube just said, good morning, started playing last night, thoroughly enjoyed it. Glad I saw your stream yesterday. Well, I am glad you're having fun. Look at that view. I'm probably going to want to take this person's quest because it's probably going to be in the ruins.
Won't just watch Windswood go to hell. The swarmancers, the withered, the pirates. It's a damn mess. And we have to stop.
No, I'm ignoring side quests.
I'm glad you're here, but I'm afraid I have bad news. These pirates have been cursed into lost, just like so many others in Windswood. That means there won't be any chance of negotiating with them.
We do it the hard way.
Well, just know this. Captain Corapati was particularly nasty before. She's likely worse now.
I think
She
you're
also has a
probably
pet
right,
alligator.
oh lordy.
I hope you ate a fortifying meal before leaving town. I think you're going to need it.
I've got this covered.
Patience will win the day. I'd recommend taking out the alligator first. Oh, a strategic thought. I'm no warrior, but if you use the catwalks, it could help you to keep the pirates from surrounding you. Your choice, though.
Alright, we need to travel to the hideout. Can I swim, or am I going to get eaten by the crocodile, the aforementioned crocodile? Am I finally going to be able to swim? Come on, get deeper, water. There we go. Swimming has been added. Alright, gotta eliminate an alligator and the captain. Oh shit, there's the croc. Ooh, I got a bow out of that chest. I don't know if it's going to be better than what I've got. I don't need the longsword. Nope, not better than what I got. Ooh, a rapier. Not going to do it. Not a rapier build this time. What is this? The old wood second. Oh, sorry. I've learned sheet music. I may never do anything with it, but I've learned it.
Splendid! You clearly weren't eaten by the alligator.
Nope.
And you don't even have any rips on your clothes.
It's because I'm that good.
More importantly, you've recovered the third verdant gemstone. This is the last one. We're finally close to restoring the land's protections. You'll need to take the gemstone to the shrine at the ruins known as Sirius. For you, I'm starting to think this will be easy.
Okay. Glad this is the last
Agreed.
one.
While you head to Sirius, I'll visit town and make sure preparations are underway to resume the tribute. Just think, we'll soon be able to tell all the people of Corinth the good news. The protections are back in place, and the land can heal.
It's 100% soloable, Huntrosity. You don't have to deal with other players if you don't want to. But if you want to, there are lots of group-based activities. Whether you do your own company, whether you go do dungeons, syndicate quests, their 10-man raid. Like, there is group-based stuff, but it's, you know, you have to opt in to do it. The PvP is also group-based. Like, but you don't have to do that. I'm not. I'm playing 100% single-player RPG. Like, I have no desire to group up with other people. I'm here for story, cinematics, cutscenes, voice acting, and a fun fantasy science fiction storyline. Like, I could give two shits about grouping up with other people. Except it has, yeah, I'll get to that one in a minute. Lord Wolfguard says, do they still have the village building? Yes. We're actually, you might have not been here when we talked about that. The village building's all here, so you still level up the building, you level up the village, you level up your crafting tiers, that's all still here, all that's still in here. Captain Craig says this game reminds me of Pantheon. Yeah, not even, buddy. I appreciate the fact that you think this looks fun, but there's nothing in... What do you mean it looks like Pantheon? Because Pantheon's an unfinished early access, perpetually early access for the last decade. Unfinished slop, and this is a fully released MMORPG with a couple $100 billion behind it. And this is the polished version that's launching. Oh, Pantheon's been dead for ever since McQuaid died. It's done. Yeah, ESO and The Witcher, there's elements of both, I could see that. Alright, so there is going to be a puzzle somewhere around here that's going to show me PXH? Back to Corinth. Hang on though, because over here I think it's one of those Mayan pyramids. We could probably see it on the other side a little bit better, but I don't want to burn up a fast travel to get over there. This is one of those Mayan pyramids on the other side of this.
Be careful you're not celebrating a false victory. If you join me, you'll never have to worry about such a thing.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest parts of the game in my mind, is like the world design. And then you have all these different architectures and styles. Yeah, Alpha Creation's another. It's another Star Citizen. If you like it and you agree with what they're building, just be patient. It'll eventually come to fruition. They've got money, so they're not going anywhere. But they're not. It's not going to be anytime in the next 5 years. At least with Star Citizen, I do feel like they're finally getting closer to the finish line. The feature complete video they did for Squadron 42 last year was cool. I still think that's probably 2 years out. But I do feel like that's finally starting to make a little headway after 12 years or whatever it's been. But they've got an unlimited supply of funding, so it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yeah, the map is a lot bigger than you would think.
The Speaker's betrayal is a disappointment to us all. But we found the source of the famine. The protections on Vinsford have been restored. Things will get better.
Until here comes the crack of lightning.
That is no natural storm.
Everyone, stay calm.
People of
Yeah,
Cornwall,
Crimson Desert looks good.
not only have you failed to pay tribute, but now I find the druids fallen as well.
She has a
The
different
suffering you've
accent.
inflicted on the land demands you suffer in return.
This doesn't sound like
Your
the same
tribute
lady
now
who I hear
be
in my
blood,
head.
not make me wait.
There is a new Warhammer MMO in development. Early stages, anyway. It's the... I'm trying to remember his name. He was the guy who founded the company that made, I think it was Champions Online and Star Trek Online. I am blanking on the name of the company. Jack Elliott, I think is his name. Jack Emmerich. Jack Emmerich is his name. He was the guy who founded. He's founded like 2 or 3 studios. He worked for Daybreak for a while, but he's done a lot of like Marvel and other type MMOs over his career. He's got the rights to a Warhammer MMO with his newly founded studio that founded like a couple years back. So I know they have the licensing. They're supposedly working on something Warhammer related. So we'll see. Crimson Desert starting to look like it's a real deal. It is. I got another Crimson Desert video coming out today, actually. I think at 2 p.m. Central. Oh, I had a lot of fun with Space Marines too, Brett. But it's definitely that's a one and done for me. I've got 2 more of the PvE missions to play through, and then I'm done. I'm not gonna go play multiplayer throughout the week. I'll once I finish up the storyline, I'll probably do my final review on Monday or Tuesday. I've only got 2 missions to complete. So once I do those 2 missions, I'll do my final review on Space Marine 2, and then I'll probably wash my hands of it until the DLC comes out. So I'll probably get 20 hours out of that game, probably. Jackalyptic Games, that's the one it is, Lottie.
Well, so much for my theory that Medea would be understanding. But of course, keep in mind, she doesn't have all the facts. I'd say, perhaps, if we explained the situation, but she doesn't seem like she's open to diplomacy at this point, does she?
Don't think so.
Well, we have to at least try, don't we? Or perhaps, as the last druid, I should be volunteering as tribute. Can't say I'm too excited about that.
I'll talk
You're
to
not
her.
thinking to do battle with her, are you? Medea's been on Aeternum for millennia. She's insanely powerful. If you could just get her to hear us out, however, I feel certain she'd be open to some effort at amends on our part. Don't you think?
I'll try at least.
Very well. She mentioned seeing the fallen druids, so she must have occupied Thornhall, our warren to the west. Go there, and I will soon follow.
Level 19. We do have a fast travel over there. Let's burn up. Let's burn some fast travel. Audio. Hang on. Brett says, have you gotten the new 3D audio profiles on the PS5? I don't even know what those are, no. James MC says, is this a survival game? No. It is a crafting. It has a lot of harvesting and crafting in it. The best gear in the game is crafted gear, without a doubt. You'll do a lot of harvesting, crafting to level up the village. So there is a lot of crafting and harvesting in this game, but it is not a survival game. It's more like a action RPG. I would call it a single-player action RPG with MMO elements that you can optionally choose to play if you want to. There is no base building. There is housing for your characters. What you have are settlements. So like this over here is the settlement. And if I click on the settlement, I don't know if it'll show me... So the Corinth Hamlet is currently at crafting tier 3 and refining tier 3. I would have to go back to the settlement, I think, to actually see all the juicy details completely. But essentially, the settlements have levels, and you level up the settlement by contributing, along with other players, to the missions. And those missions could be kill quests, they could be harvest quests, they could be crafting quests, they could be lots of different things, but you're contributing to the level of the outpost. The better the level of the outpost, the better the crafting, stations, things of that nature. So there are reasons to want to level up your settlements. For anybody who's tuning in right now, there's also a sticky video, a pinned video on YouTube and Twitch. Has my early thoughts on the game. Ooh, soul trials or instanced solo challenges. This is new. So I'm assuming this is probably something that used to be a dungeon requirement, and now they've given you a solo trial to where you could do this on your own as opposed to needing a group. Because the original version of this game, you had to have a group for a lot of this stuff, but now it's entirely soloable all the way up to cap, but you can do the optional side content if you want with other people. And yes, like Brett just said, that it is free to play for the next few days on PS5, Xbox, and PC. So if you wanted to try it out. Step into the Warren. Uh-oh. We may have just gotten shuffled. Oh, that was just a cutscene, I guess.
If it isn't the town's savior, and they send you as tribute. An insult to us both. But the price must be paid. If it must be, so be it.
Ah, I'm stuck. Get out of it. Oh, this... I hate the, I'm gonna die a horrible death. I don't have a, oh! So I suck at changing combat, at switching slow down my thought process. I suck at switching targets in the middle of combat, regardless of what game I play, because my brain gets overwhelmed with all the things that are happening. And so I'm trying to switch weapons and switch targets and jump out of the way, and I wasn't running stat food.
Ah, if it isn't the town's savior.
Can I skip
And
this?
they send you as tribute.
Don't think so.
An insult to us both. But the price must be paid. If it must be, so be it.
And I probably need to have better... Oh, it's going to do it to me again.
Ah, if it
This is
isn't the
buggy.
town's savior.
This definitely needs
And they
some work.
send you as tribute.
This also
An
needs to be
insult to
skippable
us
after you've
both.
seen it the first time.
But the price must be paid. If it must be, so be it.
I gotta burn her ads down. Get off the fucking... Alright, get on the ads. Block. Spin. Block. Block. Take the hit. Get out, 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 get out. Oh, and switch. And okay. That is gonna kick my ass. Oh no, and she spawned more ads? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Get out of the way. Get out. Run, run, run. Hang on. Let's move. Health potion. Alright, kick that bitch's ass. Woo! I think I got her. Please tell me I got her. Yes! That was close.
Before me. Without me, this land was forsaken, forgotten by all. I asked tribute only as just payment for my protections. But
So
in the
she's
days
not
to
the
come,
crazy lady I've been hearing in my
we need
head.
a new guardian.
I thought this was one and the
honor
same.
And the burden are no longer mine.
Oh shit, is she offing her responsibilities on me? She's like, well, it's all your problem now. Well, I know they gave her the name Isabella, but I was wondering if she was one of the same as this lady, but apparently not.
I can't believe you came out here without me. I had no idea. If I had known, I would not have allowed you to face such a fight alone.
Ah, it was fine.
You have saved our town thrice over now. I've fought alongside many great soldiers. I've never seen one such as you.
That's right. It's a rare breed.
My order is in tatters. The Iron Rose is no more. But I believe I have found a kindred spirit in you. Comrade.
been an honor, sir.
Indeed, it has. I have agreed to rebuild the town guard for the new Speaker of the Winds. I hope you return to Corinth, and we can celebrate victory.
Talk to Medea. Sorceress.
Behold, the gifted warrior who bested me approaches. I am sorely tempted to test you once again. But your friend Nessa has now shared the whole story. My time as protector of Windsworld has come to an end, it seems. And to be honest, I never needed a tribute anyway.
Okay, so who's going to protect it in your absence?
Let's see. Well, I don't know. Should it be you? Or perhaps your precocious friend here, the last druid standing?
About that, with all respect, sorceress, I cannot help but notice that druidic magic was insufficient to protect these lands. I would ask you to instruct me in sorcery. Take me as your apprentice. Then I could proudly serve as protector alongside my friend.
You are as bold and presumptuous as they come, aren't you? Ambitious, too. And possibly bright. Very well, I will at least consider the possibility.
All right.
If I am to train you, Nessa, the first insight I will share is that I don't believe your friend will be able to remain in Corinth and help protect it.
Okay, what's up with that?
There is a much greater battle brewing. One I can take no part in. But you are destined to play a role in it. For good or for evil. I sense within you a presence I am all too familiar with. Corruption.
This is Isabella then, okay.
And seeks to claim your soul.
Who is sexy as hell, but terrifying.
The herald of corruption herself. I will not speak her name, but know this. She will
Why is it
not
the bad
relent
girls are
until
always
she has
bad?
tormented you into madness. You must find some way to cleanse yourself of her influence, or you will become corrupted. There's an old man fishing the river now.
Oh, I remember the old man in the river.
His simple-minded demeanor.
That's cool how they've kept him
belies
in the
great
game even with the
wisdom,
new storyline.
particularly when it comes to corruption. As for me, I will bid you farewell. For now.
I am so sorry to hear of your torment. You must do as Medea says, and find this old man and save yourself. Then, come and visit us in Corinth.
I remember the old man used to have to be, you had to get like a rod from him which you used to enter the expeditions, which are the dungeons. I remember that much. I remember doing that when the game first came out. Lee Beaton over on YouTube asks, on PS5 now, it's also on Xbox as well. Xbox and PS5 as well as PC. How is it on console? Brett, I think, already gave you an answer. It's running flawlessly on the PS5. I'm running in the 4K mode. There's also there's like 4 different resolution modes you could choose from. Also, anybody watching, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, there's a pinned and sticky post at the top. My early thoughts on New World Aeternum open beta, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already watched it. That'll give you some more insight into my thoughts on what this is like, how it plays, performance, all those good things. We got a ways to travel to the next location. Ooh, a new fort. It's a bigger city. Oh, I'm so close to getting a mount, guys. That's probably going to be the main objective for the day, is to get to the mount. I don't know if I'm going to get to level 25 by the end of the beta weekend. We'll see. I'll play again tomorrow for sure, tomorrow morning. But tonight we've got World of Warcraft, so I will not be playing this tonight. Tomorrow morning, first thing at 5 a.m., we got the No Man's Sky stream, but then around 9 or 10 a.m. we will do some more New World. Seek out the old hermit fishing on the East River. God, the music is very Witcher 3 right now. Check out the fort and the ruins over there to the east. Oh, we got a cutscene.
On the surface, we are still and quiet. But there is a struggle in the darkness below. The outcome? Unpredictable.
God, if I remember correctly, in the original storyline at launch, wasn't he like a protector who had left? He had like somehow had broken free of the chain that had kept him bound to the island. I don't really remember the storyline very well with him. I remember he had something to do with the protectors in the shrines, in the towers. You can absolutely play this with other players if you want to immediately from the get-go, Lee Beaton. There is an introduction quest line, which is maybe 15-20 minutes long. Once you finish that up, it dumps you onto the beach. And once you're on the beach, you can play with anybody you want to play with. You can group up with anybody. Whether they're on the Xbox, the PlayStation, or the PC, you can group up with anybody that you want to group up with. Or you could do it like I'm doing and just play single player. It's up to you. Entirely up to you.
Away with you, ghost. You'll scare away the fish. I remember you not and care not to. I offer you nothing, but you remain. I can give you a name, if that would help. Some have called me Jonas. There are other names, but they will not speak themselves. One is enough, I think.
What do you know of corruption?
Only those who seek misery would ask such a thing. You should banish your misery, like I have banished mine. If you do not, only terrible things can come of it.
So, I'm hearing a voice, buddy. Like,
I do not see a hole in your head. Perhaps a hole in your mind. The stones to the north are useful to fill such holes. You can read them if you can find them. Replace your ghost with others.
MAGA King, welcome to the ban list. Over on YouTube. Hide user on this channel. We're not going to take any sort of racist commentary on. It's not permitted on my channel whatsoever. You have now been hidden. And no one can see your chat anymore, so feel free to rage into the void. Yeah, I almost blocked him with the first stupid comment about the zipper thing, and I just ignored it. But then when he dropped the racist comment, he has now been blocked. Fucking trolls, man. They're coming out of the woodwork this morning. There's a lot of angry people who are, how dare you enjoy New World Aeternum? No! So this is when we get to this point, everybody. If it's like this again tomorrow, you know, as long as it's only one person every hour or so, it's not a big deal. But when it starts to be too much, I'll just turn chat to paid only. So you have to be a paying member on YouTube and Twitch to even be able to chat. It sucks for the people who aren't paying subscriptions, but I don't have a moderating team, so that's my way of dealing with if there's an excessive amount of trolls. I don't want to have to keep pausing to like moderate people and ban people, so the easy solution is I just make it so that no one can chat unless you're a paying member. I haven't had to do that since Starfield, guys. The very first playthrough of Starfield that I did, I had to turn it on. It got really bad. There was some really obnoxious anti-Bethesda trolls out there. Star Wars Outlaws got close a couple of days, but Brett just joined as a member on YouTube. Thanks, Brett. Preemptively, he's getting ahead of the trolls. Thanks for that. Alright, I'm double checking a couple things here before we continue, because I had some trolly shit I had to get rid of on the early thoughts video as well. Someone said there's an emote called Witch's Broom in this game. Huh. I don't even know how to do emotes on the console. Alright, sorry guys, I got sidetracked with the troll and dealing with some other trolls. But the trolls are gone now. For the moment. We'll see if they crop back up anywhere else this morning. How do I do emotes? Social emote. Aha! Okay, they got a bunch in here. These are all locked. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's a nice pose. Hey, the trolls still pay my bills, Captain Craig. Like, their views still count. The best part of the way YouTube works, though, is that I can hide the user on the channel. So they can rant all they want, but their commentary doesn't show up.
Have nothing but irrelevant answers to forgotten questions. You will not find truth here.
Hang on, I do need to check out the gear. Because I forgot I got goodies. What is this? An amulet, which is not as good as the one I'm wearing. Mysterious headwear. Shadowhunter wide brim hat of the century. Oh, of course it's better than the one I've got, but it's going to look horrible. All right, that actually doesn't look too bad. That's part of like the settler attire. It kind of goes with my outfit a little bit. Instead of a hood, it's a hat. I could dig it. I could dig it. It's not hideous. It's not hideous enough that it makes me want to run back to town and transmog like that chest piece I got earlier that made me go, no! Help me transmog immediately. Slash through the vines. So it wasn't letting me do it with my bow. What is that? Something I probably can't harvest. I have no idea how to unlock emotes, James. Can the Roots, thanks for the follow over on Twitch. Oh, there we go.
In memory of Soul Warden Ramanos Avila, bearer of the Aeternum,
Man,
who served as straddle sentence. All souls fading away, but he held steadfast against the darkness until the last. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after.
thanks for that, noob. Noob3D over on YouTube says you can unlock emotes through Season Pass, the store, and the PvP rewards track. Oh, he stunned me. I need to remember to eat food. I keep forgetting because it has a 25-minute. Ah! It's got a 25-minute regen on it. Little overkill on that turkey. Oh, what's this? Gosh darn it. Let me just click on it. It's at a really weird angle. It says already read. That's a good name, Ragnar Thorsman. Oh, what the fuck was that? That had a terrifying scream as it attacked me.
Of Soul Warden Christina Krenkel, whose gaze never wavered. Her pursuit of humanity's best nature, her defiance of darkness, and her calm wisdom kept the flame of our hopes burning until the last. May her sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after.
So this is about the Soul Wardens. I think he used to be a Soul Warden, if I remember the story correctly. No, yeah, you can absolutely leave reading. So for anybody listening right now, it's open beta, free weekend. So PlayStation, Xbox, or PC on Steam, You can go download it right now. Started yesterday. It's running until the 16th, so basically all weekend. 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. So you've got all weekend to go play for free. So you don't have to pre-order anything. This is a free trial for everybody to check it out. The launch of this version of the game is coming to consoles on the 15th of October. And if you already own it on the PC, it will be converting over to this version of the game on the 15th on the PC. And then everybody's going to be able to play at the same time because it's going to have cross-play when it launches on the 15th. So it's been PC only for the past few years, and it is now moving to be a cross-play game on October 15th. But yeah, free to play. Go grab it. Have fun. I mean, I've played it before, but this is a lot different because it has a completely different quest line now. Like, this is all new to me. Like, the gameplay loop is the same. Like, the harvesting, crafting mechanics, the outpost mechanics, the housing system, the faction syndicates. That's all the same as what I remember from the launch a few years ago. But the storyline is completely different. And it's all just a lot different than the game that launched a few years ago. All these cutscenes and everything, these are all new, fully voiced. They've got cinematics now.
Have you found any new voices, Hunted One?
What is a Soul Warden?
I
think that's the plan, Brett, is to do seasonal content across, now that they've got cross-platform.
Perhaps this is where my
Have I played the multiplayer? When it launched, yes. I did dungeons. We had a guild when New World launched. We had our gaming community that rolled into New World at launch. And so I did all the dungeons and everything that was there at launch. The only thing I didn't do is PvP because I don't like PvP. So that side of the game I just ignored. So his ghost is inside. So this is the part I vaguely remember. They seem to have kept some elements of his storyline, because I remember this from before. He used to be a Soul Warden, if I'm remembering correctly.
The ghosts are loud here. This place remembers sorrow. My bones rattled with it. You went into the cave. What did you find?
I think you can see from my stream how it plays, James. It's great. Unless you're asking specifically about the multiplayer component. I haven't done any multiplayer. I'm not going to be doing any multiplayer over the weekend. I think Brett may have done some multiplayer. He'd said something about expeditions earlier.
The ghosts are loud here. This place, what does? The voice of that ghost has faded. But there are yet others in the stones to the north. Go. I won't be long behind.
All right, off to the ruins to the north. I mean, as far as an open beta weekend goes, this has been a flawless launch for me. I've had, other than there was some queues when it launched yesterday, but I haven't had any queues since then. There's been no disconnects. It's been a flawless experience so far. Somebody brought a train. Somebody brought a train. Oh, I went in the wrong direction. Come back, you little shit. Finally leveled up my spirit.
Of Soul Warden Ray's Vitan.
devoted servant of the Order. He took no pride, no ambition in our sacred duty. All that was asked, and much that was not, he did willingly. By his example, did others embrace our greater purpose. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after.
Is there magic? Yes, there's magic. Is there friendly fire? No. There is optional PvP if you choose to go participate, but those are separate zones and it's its own thing. But there's no friendly fire. There's definitely magic. There's ice magic. But here's how. I might be in a safe place here. Let me open up a menu here to explain this a little bit. So when you start off, you're going to be given the way the game works now. When you first create a character, you're going to be given the choice to choose some archetypes. Those archetypes have a couple of weapons assigned to them. Don't worry about that too much. You can take any of these weapons right here and use them in any combination that you see fit. Okay? You could level up all of these if you want to. If you want to take the time to level up all of these weapon types, you can. The archetypes are going to give you a style of armor and a set of starting weapons that you could switch between. In this case, I chose the Ranger. That gave me a spear and a bow. The Musketeer is a musket rifle and a rapier, as an example. But once you're into the game, you can pick up any of these. You can also respec everything that you want to respec and play around with builds. Each one of these things does something different. So if you want to do magic, as an example, there's the Void Gauntlet, which is like debilitating your foes and strengthening your allies. So it's a gauntlet, and that allows you to do magic. I have a guide on my channel years ago when this game first launched showing off my build at launch, which was a rapier and an ice mage. So I ran an ice gauntlet, which allowed me to do ice magic, and then I used a rapier. Then there's the life staff, which allows you to do healing magic. There's the fire staff, which allows you to do fire damage. So if you want to do magic, this is how you do magic. You need to have one of these weapons equipped, and it will then allow you to do magic. So as an example, Void Gauntlet, if I had Void Gauntlet selected, I would go into Void Gauntlet and I would see that it has Annihilation and Decay. And I would pick the abilities that I want, and then I would slot those abilities over here, and then you can level up those abilities and add perks to them. So here's an example. Let me deal with this guy here really quick. So, as an example, there's also stats. So with the spear, these are the 3 abilities that I've taken. Cyclone, Perforate, and Skewer. And then you can customize each one of these. Like, I've already taken this for Skewer, and now I could take this one if I wanted to, like a follow-up to that. And we're going to say that's how I want to further customize that ability. And over on the bow side, I've already maxed this one out, so I probably want to come over here and look at penetrating shot deals 10% increased damage after each hit. I mean, that's interesting. What's this? Poison shot. Shoot an arrow that deals 50% damage and it creates a poison cloud. I might want to replace something with poison cloud, actually. Penetrating shot doesn't even sound like it's worthwhile anymore because I might be about to get attacked here. It sounds to me like I might want to respec and take poison shot instead of penetrating shot. Well, let's make sure I'm not about to get attacked by something, because then I can show you how that works. Let's get up here and duck away. Let's go back into bow. We're gonna respec. Okay. I know that I want to take some stuff in here. Catch me if you can. Take that. Definitely want evade shot, and I want to take these. And I want poison shot. But now I got 3 points. I got to take something over here. I'll take long range. Then I'll take explosive arrow. I'll take flame arrow. So now we can go to assign. Now it's going to have those in places I don't want. So I'm going to go over here and say, no, I don't want that there. I want poison cloud there. I want explosive shot here. And I want my evade shot here. So now I've got a poison shot and explosive shot, both of which do dots. So hold this thought. Let's chase this guy up here. And then I could just sit here and switch over and block and let him bleed out. Bye-bye. Oh, it wore off right as he's at lost health. That's funny. Alright, what do we got up in here? Candlerite says, found your channel, found your from your YouTube channel. I have a leveled 120 hunter in Lotra Online. Need help about the traits. Well, I'll be playing Lord of the Rings Online on Monday night, as we always do, at 6 p.m. Central. Happy to answer your Lord of the Rings Online questions then. We need to destroy vines over here now. I bet I need to go around. Can I swim that? There's like 300 videos in my Lotro playlist, Can the Roots, and I've done a ton of videos over the years, so probably, but I can't tell you off the top of my head because I don't remember. I've done so many. I mean, I've been playing Lotro since it launched, so holy shit, somebody just raided with a party of 327 over on Twitch. That gets a salute. That's a big party. Welcome, everybody. But hopefully that answers your question, Can the Roots. When I'm actively, because I do play Lotro on Monday nights with the community, so happy to dive into it with you more then. But yeah, like right now I don't have stuff open with me. I mean, if it's a general question, but are you talking class traits or like, that's the complexity, because there's the virtue traits, then there's the class traits. There's all these different things. Like, unless we were looking at the list together, it's a little hard for me to know. Yeah, so the class trait, what's your question? If that might be something simple I can answer, because the class traits are just unlocks. So what's your question?
In memory of Soul Warden Constanza Soberia, who gave all that was to be given. May her sacrifice be a lesson for those who come after.
Okay, so now we need to talk to Jonas again. Oh, we got the mount quest, guys. Yay! I must have dinged level 20 in the heat of all that and not paid attention. Is he coming after me?
I hear my own voice, faint but in chorus with the ghosts here. My hands on the stone, my memories given to the land and taken from my soul. A mercy, perhaps.
In mercy, perhaps. Okay. Noob3D says also there are artifact weapons that have unique modifiers like Scorpion Spear, where the javelin ability actually pulls the target towards you. That's freaking awesome. That's really cool. Oh shit, I'm gonna get attacked while I'm sitting here having a conversation.
I hear my own
Also
voice.
artifact.
Faint,
Oh, you
but
meant
in
artifact
chorus
armor.
with the
Okay, got
ghosts
you.
here. My hands on the stone. My memories given to the land and taken from my soul. A mercy, perhaps.
Well, what became of the Soul Wardens?
It was corruption. It took their souls, those voices lost to time. It will take all of us before the sun sets on the world. You, sooner. If your voice cannot be silenced.
Okay.
But there are answers here. A path that leads
It is a
where
really pretty
many
world,
have
Mochi
sought to go.
Poppins.
Those who would stand against the corruption. You speak of that voice that assaults your mind. This path may be the only way to see it silenced.
Okay. Candleroot says there are 3 ways and wonder which one is the better way to go at level 120. Oh, that's an easy... Okay, your question is way easier than I thought it was going to be, Can. So, we're pivoting really quick, everybody, because Can had a question about Lord of the Rings Online. There are two really easy ways to answer your question, Can the Roots. Are you playing solo or are you playing in a group? Because if you're playing solo, I'm going to tell you to go blue line every time, because blue line is the mobility line, so you can shoot your arrows while you move around the battlefield. The blue line is the best line, end of story. It's not the highest DPS, but that mobility is super cool because you could drop traps, run, you can do lots of things and always be moving. If you're playing in a dungeon group, or if you have a static group where you're regularly grouping with other players and you're running dungeons and raids, the red line is the maximum DPS line, but it's stationary. You can't move while you shoot your bow. So if you're playing solo, which is what you just said, I would say blue line all the way. The blue line is the best line for like the mobile hunter. It's a lot. I've got 3 hunters in Lotro, and I play blue line on every single one of them. I don't think I've played red line ever. As soon as they went to the class specs, I switched over and was like, yeah, I don't want to be stationary.
A valiant
I want to
effort
move.
stem the
I like
tide,
shooting while I run.
perhaps, or more likely to simply take a stand against the inevitable. There are no final answers here, nor anywhere. But it may yet be a reprieve for one who
You're
has
welcome.
been marked, such as you.
Marked. I've been marked. By the way, for everybody who just joined from the raid, first and foremost, thanks to J-Oddity, I believe that's what it said, J-Oddity. Thanks for the raid so much. For those of you who are watching on Twitch right now, welcome aboard. I'm multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. This is my J job. I am full-time, going on 3 years now. The day job mostly is related to YouTube. We just crossed 36,000 followers over there. We've been growing Twitch this year. There is a 10-minute wait time. Yes, there's a reason I have a 10-minute wait time to chat, because we have a lot of problem with spammers, which we saw earlier today. But while everybody's waiting to chat, we multi-stream every single day, usually around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time. We also do another afternoon stream. Tonight is Saturday night. Saturday nights are World of Warcraft night, as are Wednesday nights. Monday nights are Lord of the Rings Online. I play No Man's Sky on Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. Central, and the main streams happen every day around 9 to 10 a.m. Currently, we were wrapping up, we played Star Wars Outlaws, we just wrapped up Space Marine 2, and we're getting ready to go back into Starfield with the Shattered Space DLC coming at the end of the month. So we've got a lot of stuff. I play a lot of games. I am a variety streamer and content creator. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome aboard to Twitch, everybody. I have been marked, apparently, here.
The voice you
There's
hear
also a sticky
is
post,
not
a pinned
heard by
post
all,
on YouTube and Twitch right
and
now with
the
my early
power it
thoughts
pursues
on the
has
open beta
become
for
your
New Aeternum, if you'd like to
burden to
listen to that and watch
Go
that.
on then. Seek the strength of the soul waters.
And then
Face the
2
trial
p.m.
in the
Central
tomb of
today.
old warriors. It may be your only hope.
Thanks for the follow, Wick Talk. At 2 p.m. Central today, we've got a follow-up video to Crimson Desert going live on YouTube, and then at 5 p.m. Central, we're taking a look at the digital art book that came with the Ultimate Edition of Star Wars Outlaws, and then we'll roll into the World of Warcraft stream tonight. We've got Guild Crafting Night, well, Guild Harvesting Night tonight. This Jonas's storyline feels... I feel like this is really similar to the storyline for Jonas when the game first launched. They may have just reworked this into what they're doing with the Aeternum rewrite. But I feel like Jonas's storyline is pretty similar to what it was. I would have to go back and watch my videos from like 3 years ago or whatever and see exactly. It's probably going to behoove me to go to the settlement first. By the way, look at the ruins, guys. That's where we're heading, are those badass looking ruins up there. But let's go to the settlement first because I need to fast travel and I want to go get my mount. And I know some people on Twitch right now are going, I can't believe he makes us wait to chat. That's so bullshit. I have to, guys. I don't have a moderator team. It's just me. So I have to have limits in place because I get hammered with spam a lot. What's up, Frodo? What you doing? Where are you going? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, buddy. I gotta move. There's stuff in that chair. You can't jump there, right? Frodo came out of his box and he's like, I want to jump on the chair, Dad. Alright, here you go. Now you can jump on the chair. There you go. Let's put you back around here. Oh, are you not wanting chair? Is Mommy feeding? Is Mommy giving snacks and you hear Mommy giving snacks? This is my wife's cat. He's one of our 8 cats. This is Frodo, if you're new here. Do you want to go out and say hi to Mommy? I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's get back to it. Let us go get our horsey. Oh man, this is looking impressive. All right, we're getting closer. There's a turkey over here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Do you have to, this is what I can't remember. I vaguely remember that you have to, like, stop at the inn to unlock the fast traveler here, don't you? What's up? He just came out. I just told you. Chris is listening to music. She didn't hear me say that Frodo left. He might have snuck out to the catio. Do you still have to bind at the taverns to be able to fast travel to these locations? Or is that only for respawn? No, so you can fast travel here, but if you want the free recall, you have to bind. Ah, thanks, James. It's all good. We're currently working to the point where I think the next stage of the channel progression is I'm gonna hire a moderator. I don't want to have any moderators until I can afford to pay someone for their time. So I've had lots of offers for people who want to help moderate, and I say no because I don't want to abuse someone's free time. If I can't afford to pay them, then I'm not at the point where I need them. So we're working there. We're getting there. I think next year we'll be at the point where we can afford to bring on a moderator. What am I looking for here? Mount quest. Just stable in North Everfall. Oh, is that what that was? Alright, well, let's go north. I want to get my mount. We're going to put everything else on hold until I get the mount. Yes, I'm leaving without checking in at the inn. I don't want to bind here yet. I probably should bind here, but follow scavengers. Where the hell is the road? I wonder if I'm going to get ambushed. Hey, is that a turkey? That's a rabbit. It's close enough. Man, that is a ways up there, isn't it? We're going to be running for the next 20 minutes. That horse better be worth it. It better have like a 300% run speed or something. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now, Noob 3D. I'm going to go get my mount. Thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome aboard. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If we get to level 25 during this, and then if we chose to pre-order, I believe you get some armor bonuses when this goes live on the 15th. Now, since I already own it on the PC, I would have to pre-order this on the PS5 since I'm playing the PS5 version during the open beta. I am going to have to make a decision now about whether or not I'm going to play the DLC for Diablo 4 or if I just go ahead and play through the New World storyline in October. Because Dragon Age doesn't launch until the 31st. Black Ops 6 starts on the 20th? I need to check my calendar. But I feel like I would have a good 10-day run if I wanted to play this before Black Ops 6. The question is, do I do the DLC for Diablo 4 or do I just wait and do this instead? Because I don't own the expansion for this. I only own the base game, so I would need to, if I was going to buy this if I was going to upgrade my PC version to play this, I would just need to buy the expansion, and then it converts over on the 15th, or I could just pre-order it on the PS5 or Xbox. And to be honest with you, I would not pre-order it on the Xbox only because I can have controller support now on the PC. So if I'm going to play it with the Xbox controller, I might as well play it on the PC since I already own it there. But if I wanted to play it on the PS5, I could just order it here. Decisions.
Do you sense it, stranger? Something changed. I can feel it in the beat of the horse hooves. The primal spirits of this land are returning. They were once called beast lords, and I believe with their return, what was impossible is now possible.
Well, what do you hope to accomplish, sir?
I knew you had a warrior's heart. Long ago, my brothers stole my inheritance from me. On that day, I swore I would prove the blood of my father flowed through my veins by taming the Taki, the ancient spirit horses of heaven.
Okay, how can I help?
I found this land where no one had mounted a horse in millennia. I came here to tame what is untamable.
Okay.
There was a cult of the Beast Lords near Washam. Perhaps they left some clue there. Will you aid my search?
Hell yeah, I'll aid your search.
It will take more than keen senses to conquer this.
Coffee is amazing, Mochi. Unfortunately, I'm out, and I'm not going to ask for any more because Chris will be like, "You've already had 5 cups this morning."
One soul, 2 bodies. Remember this when you search.
It might be time to graduate to the Muscat. I opened a bottle last night. Well, yesterday afternoon. Matter of fact, I think we're going back to the supermarket tomorrow. I was telling everybody yesterday we went to the supermarket yesterday because they had a 30% discount on liquor and spirits. So we went and spent like, we bought 6 bottles of wine and a bottle of rum last night, yesterday afternoon. And then I think we're going to go back on Sunday and pick up another 8 or 10 bottles, and then I should be good for the rest of the year then with booze. But Barefoot Vineyards has a really good Muscat, which is a sweet white wine that I really like with breakfast. It's a nice way to have a nice breakfast / brunch, and then you immediately go take a nap afterwards. It's great. I've been up since 2:30 this morning, so that's probably what's going to happen as soon as whenever we wind up the stream this morning is I'll go have a glass of that with whatever's for lunch. Refresh before we come back for the World of Warcraft stream tonight. I need to be heading in this direction. My kingdom for a horse. Is this like a canyon? Possibly. Oh, it's a cave or something. God, I can't see shit in here. God, I just remembered flashing back to Django Unchained. I can't see shit in this mask.
What's this? After all this time, are there still humans on this island that revere the primal forces? If you wish to bond with the spirit of the beast, you must find an offering that demonstrates your soul is truly wild.
Okay. Oh, Lottie on YouTube says, I'm in the UK, so I missed the night streams. I'm glad you upload them to YouTube. You're welcome. Well, the YouTube ones automatically, whenever you finish the live stream, they stay there up to 12 hours long. And I don't do 12-hour streams, so pretty much everything converts. But then when we're doing playthroughs like we did with Star Wars Outlaws and most recently Star Wars Outlaws and Space Marine 2, I do what Carnage does. I learned it from him. I think it works great. When I get done with the stream, and it's like it's one of our main games, I split those episodes into 30-minute chunks, and then that becomes a Let's Play session that I do over on YouTube. So that way, if people can't sit down for a 4-hour stream, because usually I stream for 3 to 4 hours, I do one in the morning and another one in the afternoon. So I think right now we're streaming 7 hours a day, sometimes 8 hours a day. Let's just say 6 to 8 with the between the morning and the afternoon streams. But the main games get cut up into 30-minute episodes. Otherwise, everything else, yeah, you could totally watch it whenever you've got time. Azoth infused oats. Horse Lord's signet. Breath quickened to the sound of hooves, heartbeats pounding earth. Wind whistled through every flawed creation, and yet the urge to run was unmarred, pure and free, gripped not in fear, but rather the thrill of surpassing every final limit. Exactly why. Yeah, that's why. Because it is easier to consume those videos in 30 minutes than 4 hours. Also, you know, for a lot of people, I know I have been told in the past, which is one of the reasons I started doing that earlier this year, was I got feedback from some people who were like, you know, it sometimes feels overwhelming trying to catch up with your streams when you're doing streams every single day, sometimes 2 streams a day, you're streaming for hours and hours and hours. I don't have that kind of time. It would be great if there was a bite-sized way to approach it, and I went, well, why don't I just start doing the 30-minute episodes like Co does, and so far it's worked. Look at that. Okay, so the visual cinematic here, guys, with the horse under the moonlight with a beam of light coming down, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, that's a cool visual right there. The horse is calmly licking its lips, looking for a snack. Perhaps if you offered it something. The horse takes the oats and whinnies gratefully. It nudges your hand, sniffing you. You feel a bond forming with it. Okay, we need to go back and talk to Jochi. Now, I'm assuming there's cosmetics and stuff for the horses as well. I know I checked the store, not the store, there was like a mounts tab, and there's all these different types of mounts you can get, which I was not aware of. I haven't played this game since it came out, so I didn't even know mounts were in. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing.
Do you realize what we've done, stranger? This changes everything. Look here, spirits of my ancestors. We have brought the horse to Aeternum. May the blood of my father ride forever beneath the eternal blue sky. The bond between horse and rider is sacred.
Ooh, my horse is called Moonshadow.
Treat it well, and
That's
it will
a cool
carry
name.
you far, across many battlefields and to many victories. But forging such a bond takes time and effort.
So how do I strengthen our bond?
My people learn to ride at age 2 and start racing at age 6. I hope you're at least as skilled as our children.
So I wasn't sure about that hat when I got it, guys, but
I have
it really
arranged to
does go
practice
with his
race for
outfit.
you.
I'm pretty happy
Head
with
to the
that.
starting line. to
I mean, the
test
hood
your
is cool and
skills.
everything, but this allows for more ventilation. It's got the sweatband, you know. Just saying, it doesn't look like a bad hat. All right, we have to race.
This type of race is called a rally. A short distance course meant to test your speed. There are 100 roads to glory if your horse is fast enough.
All right, what kind of tips you got?
Stay aware of your surroundings and use your map to determine a swift route. Any spirit travel will disqualify you. You may find shortcuts and hidden paths if your eyes are keen enough.
Dude, my eyes are not keen enough, man. There's no way I'm gonna catch shortcuts and stuff. It's all about confidence, Moshi says. Yeah. All right. Hang on, checking a couple things, and we're gonna keep going here. I'll probably fail this at the start. Because I notoriously suck at any sort of like races.
Good luck, my friend. Fate is kind to the
Twitch-based.
bold. If you want to
Go
build
left here,
high,
quick.
first dig deep. I'll see you when you're finished.
Right. Open Moonshadow reward from inventory. Well, hold on before I do that, because I've got other stuff here too. That's a new spear. We'll equip it. Break that one down. Neither one of these bows are better. Mount up and ride to the starting line. It said something about R2 to sprint or something. Oh, I'm assuming hold it. Okay, there is stamina. Oh, cool. I can use the auto run here as well. The camera POV is a little weird. At least it's not like in Red Dead Redemption 2 where when you burn the stamina, your horse like bucks you off and he's like, piss off! Stop yelling at me, making me run. And it controls better than the horse in Kingdom Come Deliverance at the very least. That horse is one of the worst ones I've ever played. Wait, do I have to go? Hopefully the trees don't knock me off. Oh, there is a timer counting down. Oh, snap. I wonder if I borked the timer by fiddling around with my inventory and everything. No! Oh, those add time to it. I see. Why is it stopping? Go, you stupid horse! So this adds how many seconds? An automatic 45 seconds again. Dismiss. It's not gonna work the way I want it to. I have to hold it. Can I get this fast travel on the way through? Probably not. I might have just worked myself trying to get that. Oh no! It just says return to him. Did I beat it? Well, hold that thought if I got to return to him. I wasn't paying attention. That might have been... And of course I don't have any fast travel near to him. Well... Ride boldly ride, the sage replied. In search of Jochi Khan. Look at those ruins in the water. What happens to your horse when you go into water, guys? Does it disappear? Or does it swim as well? It despawns your horse. Dismounted in deep water. Answered my own question. Can you harvest from a horse? You cannot harvest from a horse. Alright, so learning the limitations of the horsey system. I'm assuming combat will knock you off the horse as well. Oh, tree. Well, at least the trees don't dismount you. Hang on, do you run faster on the road than you do off the road? Pretty sure there is a speed difference. There's a speed difference between this and the road. That's cool. That's like in an Enshrouded, because in an Enshrouded you get a speed buff when you're running on the highways. Very cool. Oh, this is a creepy looking forest. Alright, well screw it. Let's go off the beaten path. There's ghosts. Level 25. Might have been a bad idea to go off the beaten path. I may die a horrible death to ghosts in these woods. Oh my god, there's trees and rocks everywhere! No, no, jump! Where's the auto jump? Okay, he's right there. We're almost there. Bosun7 over on Twitch says, love this game. Got 1,100 hours in. Can't wait to re-roll in October with thousands of new players. Been dead too long. Ah, it's not been dead. It's just does what all the other MMOs do. Has a reduced population after launch. Games these days only retain about 5 to 10% of their audience after launch. So it's done exactly what all the other games have done. But, like you, I will also, I believe at this point, I just have to make a decision if I'm going to play Diablo 4's DLC or not. Because if I'm not, then I'm going to re-roll on the PC, since I already own it there. I just got to get the expansion. And I will do a fresh start. Because I got to admit, this is fun.
You had it in you.
Like, this is
Push your limits and your skills
way more
will
fun than the
continue
game was at launch, for me anyway.
Now that the bond between man and beast has been rekindled, you'll find challenges from other races.
Race challenges?
Be prepared.
How do I keep my horse strong?
In the wild, horses eat grass. A racing horse is a rare breed. The importance of this bond must be recognized. Craft the right victuals and you'll soon find your horse swift and eager as wildfire.
Crafted food
you can
for your
conquer
horse.
the world from the back of a good horse, brother. Take care of your mount, and it will take care of you. Here is a recipe my father taught me.
Yeah, the gear
It will
sets
keep
are
your
awesome,
mount
especially
strong for
the
racing season.
like, I don't remember the transmog system when the game was launched. Like, that transmog system is impressive as well. All the different items that you can transmog.
In the wild? Yes.
Craft mount victuals at the camp. Hang on, what did it just give me? cloth sack mount attachment. This cloth sack can be attached to the side of your mount. What does it do? Is it just like a visual thing? It is. It's just a visual attachment. Looking for victuals. Mount victuals. You need mount vitamins, barley, water, and milk. Equip the victuals to your mount and then feed your horse. Equip. How do you feed your horse? I'm assuming I have to maybe mount it first. Square button. L1 square. Oh, they boosted my... It gave me like... It leveled up my riding. So there's a riding skill. So I wonder how you level up your riding skill if it's just distance based.
Well done. Your horse looks strong and eager. But the bond is forged.
Yeah, it's time based. How much?
hours in the
I would assume it's distance based, not time based.
I
So
have posted races and notice boards throughout the area. These will push the limits of your potential.
So I wonder what the benefit of leveling up riding is.
You've shown a rare aptitude for horsemanship. I think even my forefathers will be impressed. But trust between horse and rider is something that is built over time.
Thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome aboard. So there's a horse shop. Who is Benson and why is he 10,000? I need to learn how to read. Okay. Where do you... You have to get to level 40. Mount riding level 40 or my level 40? Riding level 40. Okay. Small boost to mount recharge rate. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's probably something I can stash in the bank. Where do I go to see... Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. The writing skill. What does the writing skill do? Like, do I get faster as that levels up? Is there less of a chance to get knocked off your horse? Like, what are the benefits to leveling up the writing skill? That's what I would love to know. Does it not tell me when I hover over? Okay. I'm assuming that answer to that question is yes, because there is a bar here that says mount speed. And it goes from level 0 to level 200. So your mount is going to get faster based on the level of your riding ability. That's an interesting way to do it. So rather than have... So like Lord of the Rings Online is an example, or World of Warcraft, many Star Wars: Age of Republic, many MMOs, they make the mount speed is based off of the tier of the mount. So like a tier 1 mount is this, a tier 2 mount. World of Warcraft does it where when you get levels, or at least in the past, you know, level 10 it's this speed, level 20 it's this speed, level 30 it's this speed. Like your general level. Here it's just your riding level. is what adjusts the speed. That's interesting. Also, you get access to other rewards. Oh, there's the speed bonus unlock right there at level 50. And then level 100. Okay. So again, how do you level up the horse? Is it only through like racing? Or I wonder if it's going to be based on like riding your horse around and leveling it up that way.
You've shown a rare aptitude for horsemanship. I think even my forefathers will be impressed.
Okay, the races will do that?
They will. The times I've posted are challenging. But pushing yourself and your steed to beat them will forge trust between the two of you.
Okay. So, yeah, Bosun over on Twitch says yes, mostly from racing and mount quests. Alright, well that makes sense. So if you want to pursue the mount side of things, it's like a side quest series that you can go do where you're running races and stuff, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll take it, but I'm not going to do it. We're not going to run any right now.
Will make you both stronger.
Siggy Tao, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Oh, you double dipped, Siggy, on YouTube and Twitch. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Guest registration. Welcome to Joshi's Stable Inn. Would you like to check in? This will allow you to koi call and respawn at this settlement from anywhere in the world. This will replace your current recall point. So there's races all over the place, it looks like, on the map. Let's go down here and unlock this fast travel. Hang on, am I auto-following the road? That felt like my horse was auto-following for a second. It is, he's auto-following the road. What the fuck? I didn't know you could auto-follow the road. Okay, that's pretty awesome. So that's Witcher 3 right there. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 a little bit too. I wonder if it's like, it'd be really cool. Remember Assassin's Creed? In Assassin's Creed, you set a waypoint and then your mount follows the road to the waypoint. That's pretty cool as well. All right. And Red Dead Redemption 2, yes, for sure. There was a lot of distance travel in Red Dead Redemption 2. What do I have over here? Oh, the lights are flickering. Power might be getting ready to go out, guys. When the lights start flickering, there are storms coming through today, so what time is it? 11. Side stories. Pen. Mount quest. Unpin. Did we not grab the fast travel on the way down there? Well, let's go grab it on the way now. Is he gonna go left or right at the forks? He went left. Good horse. Well, this is nice. Like, hands-free travel is pretty cool. Obviously, you have to pay attention to the fact that some of these roads are going to be dangerous. And he's not leading you to the waypoint that you necessarily want, as far as I'm aware. I wish it would show you... He needs to go right. I would need to manually guide him. Well, there are no classes in this game, Canman, so it's up to you. It's skill-based, so you choose the weapon skills you want to pursue. There are archetypes now. By the way, if I disappear, guys, you see the lights flickering? That means the power lines are moving somewhere with wind or something. So if I disappear randomly, it'll be because the power went out. If it does disappear, that'll be the end of today's stream. I'll be back tonight at like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Central for the World of Warcraft stream. But I'll keep going for a bit unless the power kicks off. Was that fast travel thing up top? I think it was totally up top. Dearbub says, my clock shows 7 o'clock. That's weird. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. for me. Ah! Don't jump off. Bad horsey. Auto run bad. Yeah, the archetypes are nothing more than starter gear. They're not actual classes, so there's no classes in this game. Instead, you have these right here. Weapon masteries. So you can choose any of these that you want. You could do all of them if you wanted to. The new system for this open beta has, I don't remember how many there were, like 6 or 8 archetypes. I went with a ranger because I'd never tried a bow in this game before. I think when I do the fresh start character in October, I think I'll probably do a musketeer because I really like the muskets and I love the rapier. My very first build was ice gauntlet and rapier. I could always do that again. That was a lot of fun. But like glass cannon. But I feel like the survivability is a lot better these days compared to what it was at launch. All right, folks. We'll do a little bit of maintenance here, but I am wrapping down because food's on. It's time for me to get going. I gotta do other stuff. First and foremost, if you're watching on Twitch today, don't forget that the day-to-day happens over on YouTube in between the streams. I do stream mornings and afternoons. Every day we usually start around 9 or 10 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch. I multi-stream. And then in the evenings we come back around 5 or 6 p.m. Just depends on stuff that's going on around the homestead. And storms and other things, because I live in the middle of nowhere on a homestead, so sometimes the internet goes out, the power goes out. Tonight we'll be back for World of Warcraft. Tomorrow we'll be back at 5 a.m. Central for our weekly No Man's Sky stream, and we will be touring community builds on our community planet. And then we will be streaming more New World Aeternum around the normal 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Central start time tomorrow. And I believe Monday morning as well it's going to be running, so if it's still up on Monday morning, we'll do one more session before we go back to Space Marine 2 to wrap up the operations there. And then on the 20th, we're starting our second, well, we're picking up with our Starfield playthrough, continuing our second playthrough, and working our way towards the Shattered Space DLC. There's also still some more second playthrough of Star Wars Outlaws happening, and of course Lord of the Rings Online on Monday nights. Play a lot of different games. This is my day job, so if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, just remember that there are a lot of videos that happen on YouTube in between the streams. We've got discussion videos, movie reviews. We're watching Rings of Power right now. We're talking about other things. Chris and I just watched Rebel Ridge. I'll have a review out for that soon. And at 2 p.m. today, there is a Crimson Desert video going up on the channel at 2 p.m. Central on YouTube. And then tonight, or I should say this afternoon, at 5 p.m. Central, I've got my review of the digital art book for the Star Wars Outlaws Ultimate Edition that I pre-ordered. So we'll be checking that out today. Tomorrow's a new day. More stuff coming tomorrow. Thanks so much for the bits over on... Thanks for that over on Twitch. Thanks for the cheer. Thanks to Brett earlier for joining on YouTube as a member. Appreciate the support, everybody. I'll hopefully see some of you tonight. If not, I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, happy gaming, have a great lunch, do all the things you need to do, and enjoy the weekend, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.